start looking for our special guest because there is something black coming up. There's always something black going on if you're paying attention, and it's called the Soul of Seattle. And so we have very special guests. Andrea Capaign Sanderson is coming in, and she is one of the committee leads for this event. And so I am excited to talk to her about what's happening. So everybody just give me a second. You know, when you push a little button, it takes a minute for the IG to pull the person up. So here we go. It's about to happen. I know, any minute now. Let me do it again. Hello. Hello. Good evening,
Good
Andrea.
evening. Happy early birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm usually not so big on the birthdays, but something about 45 has me acting up.
Yes, you will become a maven. I
I am.
think it's well deserved.
Thank you. Amazing. I love
Well,
that. I'm going to tell everybody.
not nearly an elder, but there's some distinction, so you're a maven.
And some people are like, oh, you look so young. I was like, give me my 45. Give me my 45. I have earned every one of them years.
Yes,
So thank you.
I feel that. And you know
Yes.
what's interesting? My birthday's on June 20th.
Oh, we got the 6 months right
We do, we do, we do.
there. I'm so
Yes.
happy you're here. Rick Dupree he's been telling me, he's like, have you spoken with Andrea yet? So I'm like, I'm speaking with her now.
That's right.
I'm very excited, and I feel like just with the extensive amount of community work that you have done, we could have like a whole half hour of me just asking you about all the things that you have done in community. So I'm going to try my best not to take up all the time that we have with just the things that you have done. So, but can you give us just a little bit about your role leading the Black Future Co-op Fund? Because I think it's important for people who haven't heard of it to know what the Black Future Co-op Fund is.
Thank you. Yes, I'm one of the four co-architects of the Black Future Co-op Fund. It's me and three other Black women who are leaders of nonprofits in Seattle. We came together right after the murder of George Floyd during the throes of COVID in 2020, and we created the organization in June. So we're almost 5 years old this year. And we recognize that as leaders of nonprofits, how grossly under-resourced we were and our organizations, and we understood that that was the case for a lot of our peer organizations and our sibling Black organizations across the state of Washington. And so, just like everyone else was demonstrating for their needs in the throes of COVID and after the murder of George Floyd, we protested for our needs, right? So, we went to philanthropy and we said, we want to stand up a fund that will raise money and subgrant those funds and resources to Black led organizations across the state of Washington. And we read the statistics. We said, look, we know that only 1.8% of all philanthropic dollars nationally go to organizations led by Black people. And this needs to shift because when things happen in society, we keep being called on to step up more so than often, but we're not resourced. And so that was the impetus for creating the fund. We're almost 5 years old. Our initial goal was to raise 25 million. We've raised 27 successfully. We're not going to stop there, right? Our next goal is to raise 246 million,
Woo.
$1 million for each year of institutional slavery in this country. So it's largely symbolic, but it's also ensuring that we will be a replenishing fund to continue to support our Black-led organizations across the state.
Wow. Thank you. I wanted to throw something when you said that number and what it represented. But this is so important when you said that about us being asked to do so much and being under resourced. And I see people feeling sad and upset and frustrated that they can't do the things that they are envisioning and the ways that they want to help, and stretching themselves past capacity, thinking, I got to be able to do this. There's this, but you don't have the resources. And so I'm so glad that the fund exists. Um, and I
Thank
hope
you.
people will go look it up. Go look it up. Then we're on another topic tonight, but I thought that was important since I know that this is where your leadership is focused a lot right now. So I wanted to hear about that. But in keeping with your passion for the community and rallying people around all of our things, can you tell us a little bit about the Soul of Seattle and what this is
Yes.
all about?
I happily joined that committee because I feel it's such a worthwhile cause. You know, you might know this is its fourth year running now. And I attended the very first year just as an attendee, and I was impressed back then. This idea of bringing together as many Black chefs and beverage creators and just having them in one place to highlight our culinary skills, our hopes and dreams through food and beverage, right? How awesome is that? And just also lifting up our heritage through food, telling our stories, being in control of our narratives, but doing it through food and beverage to me was fabulous. And then also ultimately the proceeds from these events, they go to organizations that help young Black men. This year's
Mm,
proceeds will go to MUST, MUST, which is a mentoring organization for young Black men. So it's a win-win. It's going to be on February 8th, which is a Saturday, at Block 41. It promises to be exciting, fulfilling. It's going to be soul filling.
mm,
Our very own Art Noir will be curating the space. Yes. And so we're excited. We're excited. We're busy in the throes of planning it, but we're excited as each piece comes together. Those of us on the planning committee, we feel like this is also being curated for us. We're not just curating this for our guests who will be there, but also for our souls. So we're
mm.
excited.
This is great. I'm such an Art Noir stan. You said that, and I'm like, wait a minute now, hold on. I need to break the door down to get in there. Someone was asking, is it like the Taste of Soul in LA? So can you tell us a little bit about what people can expect at the event?
Sure. So there will be various different stations where folks can, yes, taste, have a tasting of beverage and food. But then there's also that's general admissions. There's a general admissions experience. But then there'll be downstairs a VIP experience where folks will have a sit-down dinner, multi-course dinner with a wine pairing. So they can choose which level that they'd like. And then there's a dance party afterwards where all attendees will be able to enjoy.
Nice. See, I missed the dance party last year. I went last year and I had a great time.
Yeah.
There was art everywhere,
Yes.
delicious food, a whole just the whole vendor set up. And I didn't want to assume that it was going to be the same exact thing, but I did miss the dance party because I was at that sit down dinner
Ah,
just getting my whole
that's
life.
right.
Oh,
Well, you got to
oh,
stay this year because there's going to be a DJ, fabulous DJ, Lady Coco. So
yeah.
stay for the party.
All right, Lady Coco. Let me write that
Yes.
down. All right. This is fantastic. And I'm curious about how the experience has been bringing all of these chefs together. I'm very into the idea of us modeling solidarity within the different verticals where we're working. So I love when I see a group of photographers get together and
Yes.
do something together, or a group of authors get together and do something together. Who are the chefs that have been involved, and what's that process been like of you putting this together?
What I love exactly what you said. I hear when we're in the room with them or we're in conversation with them, we hear them sharing stories where they're learning from one another. So there's sort of this peer learning, challenges, successes. Hey, you've got this gap that I can fill. Oh, you've got this thing that I can support. Or and so to see that camaraderie or solidarity really does speak to my soul. This is why it's soul filling. Because oftentimes people describe, and again, this is about others telling our narrative, so we want to take control of our own narrative. We
Mm-hmm.
hear that, oh, the Black community is so fractured. We just don't get along. Folks just can't put the beef on pause and do the thing. Well, that's not the case here, right? And we have restaurants like Boon Boona, we have Island Soul, Taste of the Caribbean. I mean, these folks are coming together from different types of life experiences, different types of culinary art, but they're fusing their experiences together as one. We want to be here in solidarity to show the world what's possible, to show the world who we are as a Black people, and ultimately our heritage.
Mm. Oh, this is making me want to go watch High on the Hog after I get off
Yes,
this live.
right? Isn't
Oh,
that beautiful? Yeah.
so beautiful. And this is truly, it's something that I envision for what I'm trying to harness with Hey Black Seattle is this sense of so many of us have something to learn from someone else that's doing this the same kind of stuff. If we just get a whole bunch of people in a room together
Mhm.
along different interests, like first, who all is doing this?
Yes,
Because sometimes we don't have awareness of each other.
yes.
And then when someone says, I'm going to bring everybody together, something
Mhm.
magical happens. And
That's
so
right.
I thank you all for doing that in the culinary space with Soul of Seattle.
Well, and thank you for lifting this up to the world for us. Because we're busy in the throes of planning it, that we're not getting out much into the world. But so thank you. This supports us.
Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. Andrea, I would like to just get inside your whole mind a whole nother time and dig in. But I thank you so much for taking a moment to share with us about what's happening with Soul of Seattle, and I'm excited to get some delicious soul filling and belly filling experience coming
Yes,
up
you
soon.
will. Over 20 vendors will be there, 20 plus. So
20,
enjoy. Yes.
and we are going to do a giveaway of some tickets. So I will be doing I'll do a little promo thing and do a ticket giveaway for some folks. So everybody stay tuned for that, because if I get my act together, I should have
Mm.
this announcement up tomorrow. So you heard it here first at Wednesday Night Live. We are going to be giving away some tickets, so you might get in the room so you can see this experience. But if you don't win those tickets, I need you to buy the ticket.
Mhm.
Support this wonderful cause. So thank you so much for being here tonight. And thank you to everybody who joined us and to everybody who watches on the replay. This has been Wednesday Night Live with Hey Black Seattle.
Thank you.
Bye now.